In this lesson, we're going to discuss creative process. We've already talked about the standard definition of creativity in another video. The standard definition views creativity as an action. It views it as production. Production of what? Well, it's the production of ideas. And these ideas, in order to be called creative, they have to fulfill two criteria. They have to be both original and useful. They have to be both novel and appropriate. We've also talked about the 4Ps model, the 4Ps model for conceptualizing creativity. The 4Ps model broadens the scope from the rather narrow viewpoint on which the standard definition conceptualizes creativity. It views creativity from 4 angles, and it locates creativity in 4 different places. And all those places, luckily for us, they happen to start with the letter P, signifying the creative person, product, process, and place. Let's zoom in a little bit and do a deep dive on process. What is creative process? Well, creative process refers to how we go about creating, how we do creativity. It's the how. So creative process is all about the how. I like to think of creativity as happening in one of 2 ways. I like to think that there are 2 general umbrella types of creative process. One of these types is about generating ideas. It's ideational, so it's called ideational process. The second type is about getting into and immersing ourselves in the creative experience, in a creative mode of engagement, in a creative mode of being. This is called experiential process. Let's take a deeper look and explore each of these. The first type of process is called ideational process. In the image here, you can see there are a bunch of light bulbs. Now, light bulbs are often used, we know, to depict ideas. That's what ideational process is all about. It's the steps that we take. It's the steps that a person can take to generate ideas, to come up with ideas, and subsequently to develop those ideas. In this way, the desired outcome of ideational process is to have a creative idea to produce or to implement. The second type of process is called experiential process. Now, this type of process also involves a sequence of steps, but here it's about the steps that we can take to get into our optimal creative experience, to get into the zone, to get into our creative flow state. The image that I'm using here to represent experiential process is of a tap. And what we want to do is we want to be able to turn on the taps so that our creative flow, our ideational flow, is smooth and uninhibited. So there they are, 2 types of process. We have ideational process, which is the steps that we can take to come up with and develop our best ideas. And we have experiential process, which refers to the steps that we can take to get into an enhanced creative experience, to get into a creative flow state, to get into a creative mental state.